Welcome to Startup Pitch Battle, where 4 startups compete for your vote. Let me tell you how tonight is going to go. I'm going to introduce the competitors and our esteemed panelists, and then each startup will get 5 minutes, followed by a 3-minute Q&A by our panelists, and then you, the audience, will be asked to vote for your choice for winner. After each pitch, I will ask, I'll throw up a poll and ask you, was this a great pitch? Was this a good pitch? Or was it you weren't into it? We just want to give that feedback to the pitchers at the end, and that would be great feedback for them. And we might as well jump into it to let you know who's pitching tonight, starting with Levance of Wooyaboo. Tell us about why people should vote for you, Levance.
Because my company is the quintessential thing that's going to make your life happier. That's it.
The quintessential thing that's going to make your life happier. That's good. Yeah. I like that.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's a good start. Ali, Tapril, why should the audience give you their vote?
Well, we're a buzzy new social media platform that's filter free, algorithm free, and where everyone can monetize their content. You should vote for Tapril if you believe it's time for social media to give power back to the people.
Ooh, nice.
That's cool.
Power back to the people. And Sarah of Allo Solutions, why should they vote for you?
Well, Allo is a SaaS company focused on Canada's child welfare system. We're committed to the well-being of all children in care, as well as providing cloud-based tools to address systemic issues that contribute to the overrepresentation of African Canadian and Indigenous children and youth in care in the system. You should vote for us because we're changing the lives of children and those who care for them.
Fantastic. And now I want to welcome our panelists, starting with Allison from Hyde Park Venture Partners. Tell us about yourself and Hyde Park Venture Partners.
Great to be here. I'm Allison. I'm a partner at Hyde Park Venture Partners. Hyde Park is based in Chicago, and we are an early stage pre-seed through Series A venture capital fund that exclusively invests in companies based in the U.S. It's Midwest and the Atlanta area, and then we also invest in the Greater Toronto area and have 7 or 8 investments there. We just made another one. So that's kind of where we are. We invest in software, tech-enabled services, marketplaces, breadth of industries and business models, as long as it's software enabled. I've been with the fund for a couple of years now, and my background prior to Hyde Park was machine learning applications, some work in health insurance, as well as some work in civic and GovTech. So excited to hear the pitches today.
Fantastic. And Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and Equivesto?
Hi. Yeah. So I'm Alex Morsink, one of the co-founders and managing directors of Equivesto. Equivesto is a Canadian equity crowdfunding platform. So we help Canadian startups and small businesses raise capital from their extended community and the general public up to 1.5 million. And it's actually an exciting day for us. So I'm excited to celebrate with all of you. We've been working hard with the regulators to change the rules for equity crowdfunding in Canada. And the new rules just came into place today, which is great. So we were able to increase the maximum investment amount for each sort of member of the general public from $2,500 per deal to $5,000. And that's a big milestone for us. We're very excited for that.
Congrats. Congrats. Yeah, and this is an exciting day. Will Greenblatt from Out Loud Speaker School.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, my name is Will Greenblatt. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Out Loud Speaker School. My background is in acting and performance. I was and still am a musician as well, but I got into teaching and then into entrepreneurship in the education space, first in China. And then when I came back to Canada and tried to figure out what to do with my life, I decided to put teaching, entrepreneurship, and performance all together. So that's what we coach our clients to do. And we have a lot of, we have stand-up comedians, and we have English teachers with backgrounds in performance and backgrounds in psychology, all the stuff that makes people tick. That's what we try to teach our clients. And we specialize in working with entrepreneurs and as well as corporations in their departments and teams.
That's fantastic. So we're going to get right into the pitches, starting with Levance of Wooyaboo. Levance, can you get your presentation ready?
Yep. Can you guys see it?
We can see it, and I'm ready to go. So start
All
when
right.
you're ready.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just get my notes up here. All right, let's do it. So, hey, guys, my name is Levan Stotts, and I'm the founder of Wooyaboo. We're a company that makes working on your relationship fun. And so when we think about the problems in relationships, there's a lot of apps out there where you can find love across the world, but there aren't really a lot of apps that are very powerful in helping couples stay in love. So most apps that make an attempt at this are usually only solving one of these two problems that you see. And so when we think about searching for what to do with couples who are, I call them experienced couples, or we call them experienced couples. They're couples who have been in a relationship for 18 months or more. That's where about the time where they're settled into each other. They're in a routinized kind of way of life, but they have a challenge of keeping the romance alive in their relationship, and they know it's an issue. And it becomes even more of an issue when they have kids, they have a mortgage, they have jobs and other responsibilities. So they ask friends, they ask family, and sometimes Google what things they can do to spice up their relationship. And many times they're met with very vague solutions. So they end up settling for the status quo, which is the dinner and a movie. But the National Marriage Project says that it's the novelty of a shared experience that makes couples more satisfied in a relationship. In fact, couples who actually do these novel date experiences consistently report being 3.5 times happier in their relationship than couples who don't. The second issue we see is conflict management. No one really teaches us how to deal with conflict, but let alone in intimate relationships. There's a notable research project out there that estimates that $6 billion a year is lost by American companies to individuals who are going through relational issues at home. And to further this, the Gottman Institute, which is the foremost institute in the world on relationships, says that the number one reason couples separate is because of issues related to communication. So I want to go over and talk about what the solution is. So when we think about a solution to this, it's about helping couples create shared novel experiences and improving the way that they communicate with each other. So the way that our Wooyaboo, the app today that it exists as an MVP, is we provide hundreds of local and unique date ideas based on couples' individual love language. And then from a content standpoint, we're actually building this in our app right now. We're providing content to help couples better communicate with their boo using their love language. So we're trying to get really, really specific into how to communicate to your significant other using a love language, and then how to woo your boo based off of the things that they like based off their love language. So when we wrap it all up, if I was in the 30 had 30 seconds to say what we actually do, I would say that Wooyaboo is a decision-making app that helps experienced couples, we call them wooers, discover more meaningful experiences together using their love language. And so the team that we have today, myself as a CEO, Julian Tapril as our COO, and AMA McKinney as our CMO. So Julian has had 2 successful exits in the recent past. He's a serial entrepreneur. Myself, what I bring to the table is 6 years of working with a non-for-profit, being a leader in a non-for-profit, helping both men and women in relationship, more like a relationship coach type of a situation. And then AMA, he helps with our marketing arm and helping us with our social presence and making sure that we're looking really good in front of the public and building out our brand. So today, when we talk about the market size, there's 77 million couples in the US and Canada today. 30% of those couples actually go on date nights once a month, and they spend between $100 and $150 a month going on those date nights. When we look at the market that we're really trying to capture that is serviceable for us, it's about 3.6 million Canadians, as we're just focused in Canada right now. The market is a roughly $6 billion market in Canada alone. But if we extend that to the US, it's about 280 billion. So further to this, we do have some competition. As you know, you can tell just by the numbers of the market. We have 2 main competitors here in Canada. One is Date Night, or It's a Date Night, and then Couply. And then the remaining 2, you kind of see it on the screen, the teal and the yellow are Happily and Couply. And what's encouraging to us is that they recently got funded $3 million each by some venture capitalists. And then we have some indirect competitors, which is Google and Pinterest. So our competitive advantage, at least at this point, what we see is ideas based off we curate ideas associated with the individual's love language. But gamification, we don't believe that, hey, we're not just trying to help couples have fun outside the relationship or, through date ideas. we'll want to make sure that when they're using our app, they're also having fun as well. And that's why we introduce brownie points. And I think the in the field experience that we have as well is what makes us unique, because we're constantly in front of customers basis, learning about what makes relationships work. So our ask today is we're seeking $250,000 USD for 13% equity in our company. This is our 12-month plan. That's what's going to help us.
And thank you very much. That's 5 minutes. Well, very good. We'll start off with you, Allison. Any questions for Levance?
Yeah, Levance, how are you coming up with the ideas to recommend as dates?
That's very good. So these ideas come from everywhere, and it comes from all over the place. It could come from Google, it could come from friends, it could come from family, it could come from people uploading ideas into our app. But really what we do is we sit down and we brainstorm, really cool ideas. They're not the ideas that you go on Google and you'll see where say, hey, go to a park. It's like, hey, go to a park, but do X, Y, Z. So if you ever download our app, you'll see the idea that has a how-to section in there as well.
Alex, did you have any questions?
Yeah, I had a question. Great pitch, Levance. Thank you. I wanted to learn a little bit more about your business model or your pricing. So in terms of how you actually sort of monetize on that.
So today at this moment, we don't have any monetization in the app, but we do have about 11 to 12 ways that we think we can monetize it. What we're really focused on right now is to make sure that we're offering a world-class experience to the user and that they're staying on the app and coming back. And then from there, we do have some ways that we can monetize it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, definitely a great idea. And I feel like there's some great ways to monetize that. So yeah, excited to see you continue to grow.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And Will, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, great job, Levance. I mean, as coming at it from a pitch coach perspective as well, I really like how comfortable and authentic you are. I really feel that I'm getting the sense of the guy behind the founder, the guy behind the business. I think that's great. I really sense that honesty and that authenticity. And I love the idea. I love the idea of having new ideas. I like the idea of love languages. I learned about that a little while ago. And
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Awesome.
Try to implement that in my own relationship so just a couple of things about if you are interested in some feedback on the pitch itself.
Please, man. I'm absolutely open to it.
Great. Yeah. That problem slide, that stat 3.5 times happier when they try novel date ideas. I would put that number up there, either on the solution slide or the problem slide. It's a very powerful statistic. And then you get all the technically minded, number-minded people right away. And I think what distinguishes you partly as a sort of niching thing or a positioning thing is this love languages thing. So I might dive into that a little bit because, as you said, you have these competitors that exist and they're getting funded. So what makes you really unique to me is the love language thing. So I would love to hear a bit more about that. As somebody who knows it too, I think it's really useful for a relationship. And then, the last thing I'd say too is, do you have any ideas of expanding this as a social media tool for couples or a meetup or a connection app for couples to meet other couples?
That's what the investment is for, because of that reason. Like I put in there, you see the 12-month plan to test new ideas. We're in development right now. I'm gonna just tell you because it's true. We're in development right now where couples can come in, they can swipe through ideas and they can match on ideas, just like a typical dating app. Then there's some stuff around that as well. But that's the goal, is to become a social platform. So
right. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Great job.
Thank you very much, panelists. Thank you very much, Levance. That was great. And up next is Tapril. Ollie, are you ready?
I certainly am. Let me just share my screen.
Yes, and Levance, can you stop sharing, please? There we go. That was great. It's all set?
All set.
Go.
You can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let's get started, everyone. My name is Ali. I'm the founder and CEO of Tapril. Now, in a recent study done by Hootsuite, they learned that 64% of people online are concerned about their privacy and how their data is being used. And we've all seen the impact of algorithms in terms of perpetuating misinformation and bias and limiting the reach of creators and the range of content that we as viewers can actually see. Most importantly, creators on platforms like YouTube only make money once they reach 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch time per month. Many creators burn out trying to appease the algorithm just to achieve some level of monetization. Meanwhile, the platform YouTube monetizes your videos from day one, or can monetize it from day one, and profits off of your content. So what's the solution? What we're building at Tapril is an authentic social platform where human connection, expression, and everyone's ability to monetize comes first. We're aspiring to attract creators who are making a positive impact on the world so that people who are consuming this content learn and feel better when they walk away from our app. We've built a freemium model into our business model where monthly subscribers can rank higher on the app, and they can fast track their audience growth and also access future premium features. Now, our lifetime value for creators is $56 right now, and we're targeting to grow this to $84 next year and $126 in 2023. We are intentionally building a community to be large enough so that we can attract brand advertising. However, it is going to be carefully curated while respecting the privacy and personal data of our members. We believe that the future is privacy focused. Apple as a platform is also leading the way, and we want to be ready to ride that wave as well. We also have a very unique in-app currency called Real Coins. And this allows viewers to pay creators to unlock their exclusive content. So it's sort of like YouTube and Patreon fused together. We make revenue from the sales of these real coins, but when it comes to the transaction between the creator and the viewer, the creator gets to choose their price and they get to keep it all. And that goes in line with our vision of being creator first. We have assembled a solid team with skill sets from deep expertise in developing video streaming technologies to creative and design and creator outreach. And this is the team that has put together our web and mobile iOS app. And they're very eager and ready to work on the Android version next, alongside our growing wait list of Android users. We launched an alpha version in August of 2019, and we've continued to iterate based on community feedback. We're also on pace to reach 20,000 users in 2021. We project to be at 150,000 in 2022, which coincides with the launch of our Android app. And we hope to reach close to 500,000 users in 2023. Now, most of our users are based in North America, but we see a huge opportunity in Western Europe and emerging markets globally in the coming years. We want to make it easy and simple for people to create from wherever they are through their mobile phone. We are looking to raise up to $1 million to develop and launch our Android app and to continue marketing to attract the right creators to our platform. We've chosen to take the crowdfunding route because we're all about the democratization of social media for creators and users, and therefore crowdfunding was a logical extension because crowdfunding democratizes investment. And we're getting ready to launch our crowdfunding campaign through Equivesto in October. If what you've heard today has piqued your interest and you wish to learn more about Tapril, we are holding an investment webinar tomorrow at 1 p.m. Simply take out your camera and scan this QR code on your screen to register. I look forward to seeing you there tomorrow to maybe answer any questions that you may have. If you're unable to attend, you can also sign up to our drip campaign in the bit.ly link on this page. And you can, of course, email me at any time to ask me anything. Thank
you very much. That was great. You can just leave that on the screen for people if they want. Alex, we'll throw to you first. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so thank you, Ali. Obviously, looking forward to having your campaign launch on the platform next month. I noticed in your pitch, you mentioned specifically that with the freemium model, you are charging subscribers. And it sounds like you described subscribers as content creators. So could you clarify a little bit who is paying the visitor to the site, the user who's consuming the content, or the content creator, and how that works?
Absolutely. That's a great question. We actually have three different membership models. There is the casual plan, which allows you to simply support Tapril if you believe in what we're building and our vision. And we have actually a few people who have bought the casual plan simply because they want to see this platform grow. Then we have an active plan, which is the second tier at $9.99 per month, and then the creator plan at $19.99 per month. The majority of the creators go for the creator plan, and they're willing to pay up to $20 US per month. It gives them a little more exposure on the app, and so we think that I mean we're hoping to grow in terms of percentage our subscriber base, aiming for about 2% of total users over time.
Thank you.
Allison?
Thanks, Ali. Great job. So it sounds like you already have, you said you were on track for 20,000 users, which is great, by the end of this year. How are those users using the app today? Like, how often are they going onto the app? How long are they staying on the app? And then once they sign up, like, how long are they like actively using it over time?
Well, we are an early stage startup, so we've been very intentional about attracting the right early adopters. On average, people are engaging in the app for about 8 minutes. We don't have a huge creator community, but the ones who are creating are very dedicated. They are creating, I would say, at least once a week. We've got creators that are doing, there's a lady named Carol Remarks who posts wig reviews and has been, sharing her journey through vlogging on Tapril. We've got, musicians and people who are recording cover songs. And we also see people who are just sharing their thoughts in an open and public way, and just looking for an avenue to express themselves in a genuine manner.
Will?
Yeah, awesome job, Ali. I really, I like the idea, and I really like the social piece of it, of trying to create a more positive experience, especially for kids using social media. And I noticed on your team slide, you had a little thing that you didn't mention, which was that you have 5 boys, and you want to build an app that is like something you would be happy for them to use. To me, it seems like there's a definite opportunity to pitch to parents with some of this marketing. So yeah, I would just love to maybe even start with that as, your personal story. I'm kind of a sucker for that, but just that you have these 5 kids and that you truly care about the future in which they're growing up, which will certainly involve social media use, and how you want to create something more mentally healthy and socially healthy for them to use. So I'd love to just hear a bit more about that. And you can even just cover it in a couple sentences in the beginning of your pitch to let us know why it's so important to you. And I think, a lot of parents would resonate with that. And, maybe that's, an opportunity there. And then, and I would just say too, is the first 2 slides were also a little messy for me, especially the solution slide. When you said the solution is, and then we got hit with this massive wall of text. So yeah, I would really try to strip it down, find that tagline, and just hit us with that on the second slide, and let us really hear the idea. And I'd love to hear it, the idea and what makes you guys different, just crystallized a little bit.
Okay, thank you. That's very valuable feedback. I appreciate it, Will.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
Allison and Alex as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. If you could stop sharing so Sarah could step up. Sarah from Allo Solutions. And you'll have to unmute when you're ready, Sarah. Slides look good.
Okay, can everyone see?
Yep.
Perfect. So it took me about 4 years to come to the decision that I was ready to apply to become a caregiver. I excitedly called into the local agency and set up a meeting and didn't receive a call back. And it actually took me 3 attempts to finally be able to speak to someone about becoming a foster parent. The process to become a caregiver is dated and ineffective. I felt a lack of control in a necessarily invasive process. And after speaking with the social worker and understanding the immense caseload that she was under and the lack of control that she felt, it was something that we were both experiencing. As we spoke, I asked her about the need for caregivers. In the 4 years of it took to make my decision, I was made very aware of the overrepresentation of Black and Indigenous youth, as well as the research and evidence supporting better outcomes for children that maintain ties to their culture and the community. But historically and presently, child welfare struggles with systemic bias, racism, and this is rightfully created mistrust among these communities. And that's where we come in. Allo is a modern, user-friendly, cloud-based system that automates the process, the application process. We are a customizable solution designed by an Indigenous and African Canadian company. We provide real-time updates and access to applicant status, personal information at all times, and we are able to recruit more caregivers with a special focus on those overrepresented communities. The landscape of child welfare is changing with the introduction of Bill C-92, which Allo has been designed to evolve with. Bill C-92 seeks to affirm Indigenous people's inherent right to exercise jurisdiction over their child and family services. And we're starting to see that this is happening. In July of this year, a First Nations community in Saskatchewan was awarded $38.7 million to create a child welfare system for themselves, build on traditional practices, spirituality, and healing. There are 38 agencies representing 100 nations that are also in similar, looking for similar outcomes. And then also the One Vision, One Voice report, which identifies the legacy of oppression built into child welfare practices and the role that anti-Black racism plays in the overrepresentation of African Canadian youth in care. It also calls for transparency and race-based analytics. This includes CPIN, the 200, actually almost $300 million database CAS is creating, meant to connect all agencies across Ontario. And we are CPIN compatible, as well as provide race-based analytics on applicant pools. The market opportunity is $10.6 billion. The government spends $9.2 billion right now every year on child welfare, with an additional $1.4 billion being promised over the next 6 years to support Indigenous nations creating and governing their own child welfare. The feedback that we have received has been amazing from agencies, and this is translated into a 60% lead to opportunity conversion rate. It's also made us very aware of the addition a case management system would make for us and translate into rapid growth. And that's our main motivation for seeking out funding. It's also helped us identify our biggest competitors, which is XL, and made us aware of the success of similar US-based companies not available in Canada. Our financials, we have a pre-money valuation of $3 million. Allo will break even at the 425 user mark, and scaling to 1,300 users in the first year would translate into a forecast of $1 million in revenue. Our team is myself and my co-founder, Devin Edwards. I've worked in the IT sector for more than 10 years, focused on digital transformation and helping businesses transition to the cloud. I've worked with large technology companies to create go-to-market strategies specifically for the Canadian market. And Devin has worked in IT for over 10 years as well, working alongside multiple teams, often lending assistance to the highest levels. That's helped him to understand the business and technical needs of companies of all sizes very early in his career. Devin is also an Indigenous man that's certified in nonviolent conflict resolution, DEI, and anti-oppression. We want to thank you for letting us present. And if you would like to scan our QR code here, we can give you more information on Allo, as well as give you information about our crowdfunding campaign that's set to launch mid-October.
Allison, why don't we start off with you?
Yeah, really, really nice job, Sarah, especially in linking your background to what you're building. Is this platform to link applications to be caregivers to the case managers, or is it also to handle the child welfare side of the case manager's job?
It's both. So we have the application portal goes two ways. We have the caregiver portal, which they're able to see everything that's going on and upload their own information, as well as the social worker portal. So they are able to see everything that's going on and manage all of the applications from that side. And then with the addition of our case management portal, that is in early stages, but we are looking for the investment to develop. That will be an all-in-one solution.
Alex?
Thank you, Sarah. That was a great presentation, and looking forward to have your campaign as well on Equivesto next month. Quick question. You mentioned that your goal was to hit, I believe it was 1,300 users, which would bring you to the 1 million in revenue. Could you help me sort of define what you mean exactly by users? Are you talking about 1,300 individual agencies, or 1,300 members of the public who are applying to be caregivers, or do you mean 1,300 individuals who work at a collection of any number of agencies?
So the way that our pricing is built off of, it's per user, and those users are the social workers. So this is free to the applicants, and then each agency will pay per social user that's using the platform.
Okay, fantastic. And how many social workers might exist per agency, would you say?
On average, there's about 25. Because there's such a huge range between private and then the public sector. I mean, the public sector can have anywhere in one agency to 1,500 social workers, and then a small agency could have maybe 2 or 3. So we really want to be able to capture everything, and we've had really, really great response from both small and the large.
Thank you.
Will?
Yeah, great job, Sarah. And to echo what Allison said, I really love the starting with the personal story. It just makes us dial in and go, this is something that, she's really lived and been through, and seeing the problem kind of from the inside, which I thought was great. Yeah, and I was also curious about how users translate into revenue. I think you pretty much covered that, but so yeah, I guess my more pertinent question is, you mentioned there was some, let's say, competition in the United States. Do you think that you have a way of doing this which could eventually be implemented in the United States that would be different from the competition there?
Absolutely. I think the fact that we are a African Canadian and Indigenous company creates trust within our communities to help people in those communities understand why they should become caregivers and the effect that has on the community. We're also partnering with African Canadian and Indigenous associations to create awareness on and education on why caregiving is so important to our communities and will change the outcome for a lot of children.
Yeah, that's great. And I would be interested, as you guys go forward, to as part of your certainly investment pitch, hearing more about like a go-to-market into the U.S. market strategy, and what the plan is there, and how to reach out across the border, because I think that would make it just even more attractive as a investment opportunity.
Perfect. Thank you for that feedback.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you, panelists. And so we're going to launch the voting now. These were some great pitches, and we want to see the results. But while we're launching the poll, and you can vote right now for the winner, I'm going to ask the startups to come again and tell us a little bit about themselves and why they should vote for you. Starting with you, Levance. Wooyaboo. Why should people give you their vote?
Shoot, man, I'm living this thing every day. I'm building an app to help me. And I told you this on the call the other day. If I don't build this app, I don't feel like I can succeed in my own relationship. So my heart and soul is going into here. And I know that this is the quintessential thing to help people bring happiness to their life. So complete.
Fantastic. Allie of Tapril, why should people vote for you?
You're muted there, Allie.
Okay. Well, we're building an authentic social platform, built on human connection, expression, and everyone's ability to monetize. So when you vote for Tapril, you're voting for creators who create meaningful content that makes a positive impact in the world. And vote for us if you believe that it's time for a new era in social media that's filter-free and algorithm-free for future generations.
Awesome. And one more time for Sarah, Allo Solutions.
You should vote for us because we are changing the landscape for children in care. And this is going to change things for not just these children, but our communities going forward.
Excellent. And I just want to talk to the panelists one more time before we actually, why don't we announce the winner? We've got the poll here. It's closing up. And let's share it with everybody. Sharing the results. The winner is Allo Solutions. Congratulations. Congratulations. There was a great pitch, and it sounds like a great company, and you're helping out a lot of people at the same time.
We're really excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity to pitch on here.
Congrats, Sarah.
Thank you for being here. And I wanted to just do one more round of thank you for the panelists. Allison, thank you for being here. Any parting words?
No, I think, great job to all the folks who pitched. It's great to say.
Thank you. Alex?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, congratulations to everyone who pitched. They're all very exciting ideas. You can follow what Equivesto is doing at Equivesto on all social media channels.
And Will?
Yeah, congratulations, Sarah, and congratulations, Ali and Levance. I thought those were three great pitches, three great ideas. If anyone's interested in learning more about Out Loud, we have our website is outloudnow.com, or you can just hit me up on LinkedIn and Instagram, where I post the majority of my content. I try to post a lot of public speaking and pitching and communication tips and tricks and stuff. So feel free to connect with me there.
Fantastic. Thanks, Will. Thank you for everyone attending. Thanks for people for watching the pitches online, live here on Zoom and on YouTube. And congratulations to Sarah of Allo Solutions. That was a great pitch, and we look forward to seeing more from you and Allo Solutions in the future.
Thanks so much.
And that's it for Startup Pitch for September. We'll see you all again in October. Thanks, everyone.